Hey everyone! Yeah, it's been forever yet again for an update from me. This time I've been exhausted. So as you can tell, like I'm pretty shiny. I've got lots of fun things going on. So I will get to that in a minute. But yeah, a few things to get through. First things first. Shout out to my friend Jody who made me this quilt. I've known her since we were teenagers, and that was a very sweet thing. So thank you for that. Also, as you can see, maybe you can't really tell because it's a blank wall and a couch, but I am in a new place. I finally got through the waiting list to get into the Hope Lodge American Cancer Society to be able to stay for free. So that has been a blessing because hotel rooms definitely add up, and that's what I've been having to do until I could get here. Again, I'll just like mention it really quickly. Thank you for people who did the GoFundMe. That I'm finding each month seems to kind of get to the bottom of it, like we are getting now. It just that's how life works, I think. Another update: I've gotten denied for disability. Because they said medically I could work. So we are in the appeals process of that. But at least we have some answers so then we can have some movement. So yeah, it's a good time. So I'll say the GoFundMe is in the link or the links in the description, and I will leave it at that because I don't want to stick on that for too long. So updates. I got through my third round of chemo of six that we wanted to do. This last round, I'll say this: MD Anderson's been amazing. I've got amazing doctors, but at a place that employs hundreds, maybe even over 1,000 people, you're not always going to get every single person's not going to be A plus basically. I'll just say I probably got a B nurse who thought he was trying to do the right thing and give me a smaller needle because my phobia of needles by now into a smaller vein, but to me that kind of like pressure washes the vein and it ended up burning, and we had to switch the IV the next day because the flush really hurt, and that vein was totally fine, but what happened was I went to a place where we did an ultrasound and they found out that a lot of my veins were burnt up. So I had one good vein, and that's mainly because the chemos that I'm on are really strong. That can happen. So after that, we decided to get a PICC line. So I am dealing with a lovely inserted. It's got two things coming out, but this will go, I think, through here and directly to a larger vein that goes closer to the heart. Yeah, that way it'll be easier. That's fun. I get to flush that every day and then change the dressing once a week. But the idea is that I won't have to deal with needles. Ironically, I've had it and not used it yet for anything. I went to give blood work for chemo, the fourth round coming up, and they said it was going to take an hour because they had one of the nurses call off, and there was only three, usually staffed. And I had the next appointments that I needed those blood results for, so I'm like, you know what, it's fine, just stick me with another needle. Um, and then fast forward, I had to get two injections. I'll talk about that in a second. That I couldn't avoid. So I'm so happy I've got the PICC line, but yeah, it's not been used yet, but I'm looking forward to when I get to use it. On top of that, I had someone. I'm in a place where I have to have a caretaker, and nobody can take off work for 2 months or what have you. I'm here until November 22nd. So in the last 3 weeks and the next 4 weeks coming up, I've been able to, thank goodness, be blessed with a different person every week to be a caretaker for me. With one of those people, everybody's got to fly in on a plane. It's not the best circulated air. And one person didn't wear their mask on the plane and got a little cough, and then I got a cough. This is not a statement of any sort because hand sanitizers, surgeons wear masks for a reason. So they work at some point. And yes, hand sanitizer too. But yeah, so they got a cough. I then got a cough, which crashed my immune system. So what had happened was I took the blood work to try to take my fourth round of chemo, and my numbers were way too low. To give you an idea, what I was looking at was the neutrophil numbers, and I think the range, healthy range, is between 1.75 and 10 or so, and mine have been resting at like 3.9 the last few times that I had taken them. This last time it was 0.39. Sorry, still got a little cough. So it was 1/10 of what it has usually been. That now could also be the chemo itself, but either way, we had to delay chemo a week, and this upcoming Wednesday, we'll see if my body is able to get that or not. The hard part is a lot of the human growth factors they can't give you during radiation, which I also started. And because they just kind of counteract. So they came up with a plan since it was the weekend to give me a quick acting human growth factor on Saturday and Sunday, hoping that my body, since I'm only doing radiation Monday through Friday, hoping that my body would take to it and give me at least a little boost of some sort. So that is where I'm at now. Wednesday, I will see if we can do a fourth round of chemo. The hard part about this is, they want to do at least four. Some people only get to four out of the six, and I'm pushing to try to get all six or five if I can, because after radiation, I don't want to have any kind of microscopic things roaming around, and having a round of chemo after radiation is typically what they will do. So I want to try to get this round in if I can on Wednesday. If we have to push another week, okay, cool. Like, I'll listen to the body. But also it'd be nice to be able to get another round afterward, just to hit everything again, in hopes that it doesn't come back. So I am 4.5 weeks into radiation, out of my 7 weeks. If you look at me, I look shiny because I've got this salve, this stuff on my face, for these lovely burns that happen. This is typical. This is normal for radiation. I'm being radiated in 4 spots, and it's a little longer than most people would take. So 2 on my neck, just because the nodes did let up in the PET scan, which can happen, but the radiation oncologist thought it looked a little sus, so he just wanted to preemptively, attack that. And then these 2 areas here, that will go back into not the brain, but the base of the brain to kind of hit where the tumor is. And yes, I have a lovely cold sore because the stress of the cold and low immune system, all that awesome stuff. But yeah, so this is the funnest I've ever looked. I'll say that. But I'm really blessed, honestly, because at this point, I genuinely thought I was gonna have throat sores, mouth sores. I think everybody's a little bit surprised. Excuse me, sorry. And it still could happen. I've still got 2.5 weeks of radiation, but they say some people in the 5th and 6th week can't make it all the way through. But right now, I'm able to eat whatever I want. Still, I can chew, I can swallow whatever kind of food I want. So that's a crazy blessing, honestly, because some people have to have feeding tubes. We really thought I would have trouble swallowing at this point. One point when I was getting sick, I had my tonsil was swollen and or sore, and so I'm like, oh, here's the onset of it, but then it went away. I think as I'm kind of healing, getting better. So again, this is crazy awesome, but I want to make sure as well, like, things are being taken care of and being hit. So I've still got 2.5 weeks to see where that goes. But I'm very, very grateful for how far in I am and the effects that I have or don't have. But yeah, right now I've got the burns on the outside that you can see. Every morning I also have a lovely, bloody, crusty nose all the way up and down through that I have to get in there and dig out. I know TMI, but I just want to, give you the real of how that is. And then yeah, I will also tell you, we got some scans. I'll get those results in a moment. But the reason I haven't been doing an update, and I've been trying, but the energy is just not there. And it's it's so weird, guys, because I know you see me like this, and this is not normal for me, especially right now. I slept 16 hours. Yes, 16 hours last night. Like that, and that is kind of normal, especially in the nadir area, or the nadir time after chemo. But it's not just the normal chemo schedule anymore, where you get the chemo, get the upset stomach or slight nausea that you take drugs for and are fine, and then the next week you'll be sleeping forever, and the next week you get your immune system back up, and then you go and do chemo again. The radiation on top of that also makes me tired. And then, of course, I'm sure the low immune system makes me tired from being sick. So I've got a lot of factors on there, and I'm down. Again, this energy that you guys keep getting in the videos is not normal. I want to stress this. But a few weeks ago, I'd say like 3 weeks ago, I was in bed and trying to get up, and I thought to just grab my phone because I wanted to be able to show you guys, what that actually is like. So let me show you that real quick, and I will be right back.
So, I don't want you guys to think when you watch my videos that it is all energy all the time. It's 1:30 p.m. and it takes a lot of energy to even hold the phone up. And my buddy who's here is great, he got me a bite to eat. But to watch the phone as Uber eats and brings it over, or to the energy just kind of goes 5 seconds here and will come right back 5 seconds later, or 5 hours here and 5 hours later. And it's hard because I don't want people to have a friend with cancer and see my videos and think that they should be like me from what I'm showing you guys, and I told you guys I would show you all of it. But it's hard to explain. Sorry, I got a call. Because it is completely unpredictable. Like I said, I can have a normal conversation for 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden, I'm just down for hours, and it's normal. It's the chemo. But yeah, I think it's weird. There's a lot of guilt that comes with that, because you might present a certain way, or you want to do things and you can't, and you're having, like I said, a normal time, and nobody's gonna understand that a minute later you're just down. But thank goodness I have good people around who just go with the flow. But yeah, I think that's one of the things that I'm going to be struggling with is, energy up, energy down. So, and it's fine, but it feels weird because it feels like false advertising on my part. And nobody will ever get it unless they're actually in this body or a body going through it. But yeah, time to wake up and eat. But just wanted to share that because I know I always give you guys the energy, but sometimes the simplest thing like rolling over and even checking the phone sucks and it's hard. But all good. I know I'll get energy again, so it's fine.
So yeah, that's kind of more what it's like. It's incredibly unpredictable, and it can be that emotional at times. It's it is the guilt, even though I'm so used to helping everybody else, and taking care of myself, but like helping everybody else, and I know people say let people help you, and I am like with what they can, but at the same time sometimes I feel guilty for somebody making my baking soda rinses for me, even though in my mind I'm like, well, I could probably get up and do that and I might be laid back down in 5 minutes, but I could, right? But it's like, no, 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 just let them. No, no guilt. I'm kind of like, balancing that. But yeah, and I've been very good at letting people help me. But that feelings, I think, is probably normal. It's still going to come up when we're used to doing everything for ourselves and other people when we need to, when we just want to help other people. If you're a helper like me, then it feels really weird to accept the help. It's one thing to like have help once, but it's more difficult when you're accepting help multiple times from the same person throughout the whole day. But sometimes we just have to like say it's okay. Like we can let somebody else help us. Anyway, I did say I had some scan results, and that is true. I got the radiation oncologist because he was going so close to the ocular nerve. I had the Cherenkov effect, the blue flashing lights. And I'm like, how close are we to this? And he said he was pushing it. So I'm like, yeah, we maybe not push it so much where later on it could cause effects. So not that we shouldn't be thorough. But he did say later on we'll do an MRI. We'll see if we can adjust the plan based on if the tumor shrank, then great, we can get more narrow and not have to beam as wide for everything. So he did the MRI, and today I got results back, and from what I've been told, the tumor has not shrank. So it seems like disheartening news, but it doesn't necessarily mean one thing or another. That's the hard part. We're now living in a little bit of a limbo because what could have happened or be happening right now is that the tumor, it might be dead tissue in there from radiation, but not have shrunk, and so the body might need to absorb that, or it could be that it's not affecting it, and that's a really hard differentiation to make on an MRI. If we did a PET scan right now, because all the radiation inside, or it's all the scars, tissue inside from radiation, like my nose is bleeding, that would light up and look like cancer. So it's too hard to tell on a PET scan, and at least the MRI showed that yeah, it's not shrinking. It's not shrinking. So again, we are gonna not really have any answers on that until they do the final scan. That's after treatment. So the idea here is to finish my radiation. I think November 19th is my last day of that, and then they're debating between like 2 months or 3 months to do a check. The debate is because I think that the team that does the chemo, my medical oncology team, wants to do 2 months because they want to see if anything grew. They want to get back on it for more chemo or whatever the next part of the plan is. But then to let things die down enough to where they can really tell for the radiation oncologist team, that's better. It's easier to see at 3 months. So it's still like, a jury's out as to where we will be able to, or when we will be able to do that scan. Sorry. So, so it's still a limbo, and I'm just I'm grateful for being able to be here and some days having energy like this. And again, like I think I'm losing some of my eyebrow here, but not as much there. This is a lot. This is fun. Sorry, for me, this is a novelty, and I know that seems really weird because I have no qualms in like looking like this. Like this is just part of it. This is what we go through. Um, so this is normal. And it's not like I'm trying to date anybody right now. So I don't have to look pretty for anybody. But yeah, this is uh, just the waiting game now. I wish I had clearer news, which would be, I guess, better news. But if it's working great, if it's dead tissue in there, that can take some time for the body to absorb. If it's not, at least we're going to scan and we can still, again, take care of whatever is going on there. Now, that might have to involve surgery, later on, or it might be, more rounds of chemo. We might be able to do more radiation later. I'm just not quite sure. He is going to narrow the beam a little bit, just to kind of get it away from the ocular, I think, or the front lobe of the brain, I should say, because those are the places that we're pushing it in. But not too much because, again, we want to attack whatever is there. But yeah, that's what I got. That's my updates, and I'm in good spirits, I guess. Honestly, like you just kind of take it as it is. So that's what I got. If you guys have any random questions, by all means, pop them in the comments or reach out to me. And I'm still able to text people back or what have you. And forgive me, YouTube people, if I don't get to your comments right away. It's just because I'm sleeping and I'm tired. But I'm here, and a few people have checked in and reached out on the YouTube comments. So I do see you guys, and thank you for that. Um, but yeah, I don't really have much other than that. Like I said, I'm blessed. I'm enjoying getting a different family member or friend out here every week. Um, and I'm really hoping that I don't have any more needle sticks in my future. One other update is I've got an ultrasound tomorrow to see if my veins are, thrombose deep or shallow, and on which arm. Thrombose basically means blood clots, so we might have to be dealing with that as well. I don't know if that will delay chemo at all or not, but yeah, I will keep you guys updated as soon as I can, and hopefully it's not another month. So sorry to leave anybody in the dark, and yeah, I hope to talk to you guys soon. All right, bye for now.